What's up, everybody? I'm Jack.
I'm Doug.
And I'm Shane.
And this is the My Movie Podcast.
So Shane, I hear you have a new episode of the cartoon out.
That's right. It's actually probably officially like the first episode of Kansas City that we produced, because the one we produced before that was more of a pilot.
Yeah.
But yeah, now this is like a full feature-length episode. We're really excited.
That's phenomenal, man. I'm
Yeah.
excited. Can you give us a little snippet about what it's about?
Yeah, 100%. So this episode we're tackling a lot of the tech community. And we thought, what would be like the first thing that we could poke fun of that would really be funny? And well, obviously Apple keynotes are so synonymous
Yeah.
with the tech community, and so many people like know how they operate that when we make a joke about it, an Apple keynote, everybody sort of gets it.
Yeah.
Because we all sort of, we were all there before.
Yeah.
So I think we touch on like the jacked up prices of Apple. We have the CEO character that's supposed to be like this non-specific CEO who's all about money.
Yeah.
He ends up getting his comeuppance, but you'll have to watch the episode to find out why.
Perfect.
Yeah.
So what was like the process and stuff of making this episode? What took it from that pilot length to like a full length episode, and what went into it?
Yeah, so the pilot episode, we just wanted to have the characters interacting to show, like, just the characters and who they were. So we put them on a desert island. But with this episode, we wanted there to be a story around these characters that they could sort of navigate through, because that's where the comedy comes from, is them reacting to the situation. So this episode, it goes in tons of different directions because we had so many ideas. I mean, it starts in an Apple keynote and it ends on like this giant mountain where like this king of storage lives. And you're just kind of watching this cast of oddball tech objects, these video equipment characters, just navigating through the chaos of what we created for them.
Well, that sounds very creative, Shane. I'm glad that you've come up with all this.
Well, it's a group effort, but at the end of the day, we just hope it's entertaining. I mean, that's what we want to do. We want to make people laugh.
So like I definitely wanted to dive into it a little more. So like what do you use to make it? What goes into that? Like your process of taking the characters, the voices that you were given from people you know, into the final product.
Yeah, so every episode follows the same production code, sort of. So this episode specifically, we started out as we always do with like a concept, and then we just went back and forth with jokes that made us laugh. And once those jokes were all written down, it's just a matter of recording them. That's when it gets to the interesting part, because for this episode specifically, we had to make probably around 5 different locations, which is not easy to do in animation, because if you think about it, in an animated show, if there's a drawer in the background, that's there for a reason. Somebody put that there, as opposed to live action where it's just anything. Mm-hmm. So when we were creating these 5 unique areas, I think they're like an Apple keynote, there's a mountain, they're at their own house at one point. We wanted to make these look like actual locations. We wanted to put detail into them.
Yeah, for sure.
Of course, it's cartoony, and it's not, it's not anything astonishing. This isn't a Pixar film. But at the same rate, it's just enough to get the job done and to kind of immerse the viewer. So, yeah, creating the sets is actually a really important part. We have a lot of the preset characters already made. This episode, we had to make a few new characters involving a flash drive that floats, the king of storage, who's just a giant hard drive with the little crown on him.
Okay.
Among many other unique characters. So yeah, it's really interesting.
So obviously I like making you feel awkward, Doug, but no, really, I know you did one of the voices on the show. Shane, you obviously do more than one voice on the show.
Yes.
You also write and produce. So what does it take to do the voice, the people behind the character? Yeah. How many people are in that? How many voices and things do you have to put together?
Oh gosh, that's the most important part, man. Voice acting is so key. It's taking the jokes that are on paper and bringing them to life, more so than I would say the animation does. Because if the voices aren't convincing and if the acting's bad, it ruins the entire experience. Jokes are all about timing. There's so many layers to it. So currently, we have a pretty great voice cast. We actually got Doug on board this last episode.
Right. Yeah. I did not believe the hard drive was Doug. Yeah. That is a very deep voice. Yeah. I've known Doug for a long time, and that sounds nothing like you.
That took a little bit of work. I mean,
can you do it right here for us? Can you talk in the voice right now?
Gotta go deep with it.
Let's see. Maybe we'll do the outro with it.
I like that.
Do the outro.
Okay.
How did you come up with the voice for him though?
Well, you pitched the idea of me to a king of storage sort of idea. So right. I thought okay, what's something kind of jokingly regal, and
right.
How can I reproduce that?
Yeah.
So I thought, why not try a deep voice? Most of the voiceover stuff that I do for like friends and stuff like that. It's more higher pitched stuff. So it was fun to kind of experiment and get low with my voice and stuff. And well, you guys heard it. I mean, that's what I came up with.
That's awesome. I really loved it. No,
Yeah,
that was great.
that is one of the things. I know for a fact you can do a really good Marge Simpson voice.
That's a
We know that. I don't know how you get it, but that's like one of those things is that he can make his voice very raspy and like deep and just does a lot of things with it, which definitely takes skill because
Oh, yeah.
I sound the same no matter what I do.
Undiscovered talent over here.
Yeah, it's just a lot of exploration. Somebody suggests a voice, I might try it at home or something. And
Doug's sitting in his room alone making.
I mean,
voices.
that's how this voice came out. I mean, 20 minutes with a microphone, and
Dude,
that's what we got.
I can't tell you how low my expectations were. As a friend, like I was like, okay, it's Doug, he's gonna do good. But like I only say that as to say that when you sent it in, I was so surprised by how good it was. Like this is me, like genuinely, dude, that was really good voice acting.
Well, thank you very much.
Also,
I
I
think
would
it made
have
the
no
character-
idea it was you. Like if
No,
we
yeah.
played that to a group of our friends, we'd have no clue.
I genuinely think you have like a hidden talent as a
No.
voice actor
Well.
because I was sitting there, I'm like, oh, okay, this is gonna be good. Like this is a great voice. This fits the character. This is probably one of the best voices in the film. Yeah, no, seriously.
Well, I
So,
appreciate all the compliments, guys.
we're glad to have you on board.
All right. So they've seen the animation. They've heard us talk about it. They've heard me make fun of Doug. Now, what else is there, Shane? What's coming up? This is towards the end of our podcast. What are we talking about for the future here?
So the future is just to keep going with the show and to try to make as much as we can, to tell as many stories as we can, and to make fun of technology as much as we can. We want to poke fun at all these companies that honestly go without being made fun of enough. And I think there's a lot of good jokes, a lot of good humor in there, just for people who love video to relate to and laugh at. Yeah.
All right. So in that case, we're wrapping it up here. I'm Jack.
I'm Shane.
And I'm the king of storage.
See you next week.